Hello, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend, and we're getting toward the end of the semester here. So this week, we've got your work is kind of cut out for you this week. So remember, we've got your group project proposal is due tomorrow, and I will try and give you feedback on that by Wednesday. It'll probably be sometime during the day on Wednesday. Tuesday, I'm on campus all day, and your proposal isn't due until midnight. So, I'll try my best to get feedback to you by Wednesday. Worst comes to worst, I'll get feedback to you by Thursday. I'm on campus, but I'm not that busy. So, and if you're on campus and you want to stop by and chat, well, that's even better. So, you're welcome to come to my office hours. In reality, I'm in my office from 12:30 until about 3:30. So stop by anytime. I'm happy to chat with you. Love to see you, and find out how things are going. So whatever you want to do with that is fine. Now, if your project proposal is going to be late, should you freak out and say, "Oh, I'm going to get a 0 on this assignment"? No, don't do that. Do a good job at what you want to propose. Think about what you want to do. Get yourself organized. Get your group together. Make sure that you know what you want to do and that your proposal really is interesting to you and hopefully useful to your careers and get you started in a direction that's really interesting to you. So if you're, a day late or something like that, don't kill yourself. Just, get it done and get it into me so I can give you some feedback so that you've got time to work on it. Okay. Now, the next assignment we've got is the BigQuery assignment. I usually call it assignment 1, but it's really just a BigQuery assignment. And that one, you've had for a while. So hopefully you've made some progress on that and are getting yourself organized. The thing that's the most useful to do that assignment is the BigQuery cookbook. And in this BigQuery cookbook, you've got a lot of things, including stuff like, what do these different words mean? One of your questions is about bounce rate. Well, what the heck is a bounce rate? If you don't do e-commerce analytics for a living, I mean, you probably don't, you're not going to know what a bounce rate is. But if you look through this code, you can kind of figure it out. So you've got select source, total visits, total number of bounces, and total number of bounces equals this, times 100 turns it into a percentage as bounce rate. And so that is what's called your bounce rate. Total number of bounces divided by total visits times 100. So, look at this stuff and see if you can make sense of it. And learning the vocabulary is going to be a large part of what you do. Let's see. So, and then we've got from, and then we've got another select query, right? What's this? It's a subquery. You should be, familiar with dealing with that. And then I think I also talked to you about changing the dates. Well, where are the dates? Oh, these dates are right here. And you need to decipher that. 20170701 and 20170731. What does that sound like to me? Well, it sounds like July 1st, 2017 and July 31st, 2017. They're looking at a month's worth of data. And so, you can figure this stuff out. And like I said, the BigQuery cookbook is a really good way to help you figure out what you're doing. There's also stuff out there, for instance, if you do e-commerce, what was it called? It was called the e-commerce bibliography. there's a electronic commerce bibliography. No, that's not what I wanted. Anyhow, there's a good one out there. I can't remember what it was called. But if you dig around, everybody who's doing e-commerce analytics needs to learn these same things. And just because you don't understand what bounce rate means doesn't mean that there isn't a standard in the industry for what bounce rate means, because people need to talk to each other. And so defining your vocabulary in such a way that it makes sense across organizations, that's what needs to happen. And of course it has. And so you need to figure out what they're talking about. And so it's pretty straightforward. It's out there, but it may not be 100% obvious exactly what they mean, but in this book, they talk to you a lot about what needs to happen. So, give it a try with this. I think this will help you a lot. If you look for key words in here, what was the assignment? Let me see if I can find the assignment. And it was... let's see. Okay, so the first question was total number of transactions generated per operating system. Transactions per operating system. What have we got? Look through here and see if there's something that's close. Because what you're going to end, your workflow is going to be start with these complex queries that somebody from Google has written. You're going to modify them to make them fit the issues that you have to ask about, and then use that data to create the dashboard in Data Looker, and that's just a click on that one button and it exports it to Data Looker for you, and then build your response to this query, this assignment. Shouldn't be rocket science. It shouldn't be that hard. You can work together with your friends or whatever to figure this all out together. When I give you an assignment that's not very well defined, like this one, some of the best approach to figuring it out is to A, spend some time on it, not just expect to answer it right away, and B, do it with someone else. And if you know somebody else from the class, then that's a tremendous advantage, because you can talk to each other. You can say, hey, wait a second, what if we tried this? I love that. That's great. The best way to learn something is to teach somebody else that something. And so if you work with somebody on this project, you're going to be trading off between who's the teacher and who's the student. And, it'll just work its way back and forth like that. And that is the best way to learn. And when I think about how few people are going into the office these days and working from offices, I think that's one of the things that we're going to miss, is that give and take between people communicating and talking about what they want to do and helping each other figure out how to get it done. But that's just me. Life goes on. It'll all be good. But think about if you're confused about this, work with somebody else to get it done. That will help. Now you've got until the 14th to get this done. So let's see what else. So you've got until the 14th to get it done. You've still got almost 2 weeks. Well, 10 days. Sorry about that. April Fools. So, work on getting that done, and I think you'll be fine. Now, the other thing I've got in here, well, let me just look at this. So, there's that one, there's the assignments. Now, your proposal. If you're still stuck for a proposal, hopefully you're not. Hopefully you're almost done. I've had some people ask about the Azure DevOps thing. You don't have to do that. The reason you would want to do that is because it's interesting to you, and you feel that it's something that you want to learn how to work with in anticipation of a career where you would use it. And that's probably true. But on the other hand, you need to get to your master's degree first, and to do that, you need to do a capstone project. And to do that, you're probably going to use a format, something like this project proposal format, to propose the project to your faculty committee that's going to get you out of this degree with a master's degree. So I can see either way. You can, do Azure DevOps and see how that works, try it out, get used to it, or you can go ahead and write the more traditional academic project proposal. Either way is fine by me. If you choose to do the traditional format, what I'm going to expect from you is everybody in your group is going to turn in the exact same project proposal. Okay? The reason I don't organize you into groups and stuff is because I don't know who's in what groups yet. In the future, I might, probably won't, but I might. And I don't really care how much storage space on my courses you take by submitting this multiple times. So everybody turns in the same proposal. Everybody in your group turns in the exact same proposal. Okay? If, on the other hand, you're using Azure DevOps, then what you can do is you can make everyone a member of the team for one Azure DevOps project, and then you can make that a public project. You have two choices. You can make it a public project and then just give me a link to your Azure DevOps project. Or you can make me a member of your Azure DevOps project. And of course, my name is cbbics@rit.edu. Either way is fine. And that's my email address, and you can find it if you didn't hear that right away. It's everywhere. And so either way is fine. Personally, I think just making your project a public project and then giving me a link is a lot easier, because I've got another class that's using Azure DevOps, and I don't want to get things all mixed up. But either way is fine with me. Happy to work with you on that. We've gone over this before. I don't think I need to go over this again. And then you're, at the end of your project, and May 1st, which is 3.5 weeks away from now, what you'll have is a dashboard, and a dashboard is something that exists out in Google, that's live, that can recalculate things, that may have, you may have a display that shows one set of data, and you may have another window up in the corner of that dashboard that says, hey, if you don't want to show this by this, you can do this by this. There's lots of options that you have in terms of creating your dashboard. The metaphor that I like to use to help you get yourself organized to get this done right is to think of it as telling a story with data. What's the big question that you want to ask? How do you come up with your answer to that question? What are the different sides to the data? Given the data that's available, how can you find an answer that passes the sniff test? Remember, we don't want to have 20 million people dead from COVID in New York State, because that's obviously not true. But I have had, used this assignment before, and I had a group that presented that exact number, and I'm like, I waited until the end of their presentation. I said, you know, and they were embarrassed, and it was just a silly thing. They just made a little mistake. They didn't know what the data actually showed, but they didn't want to do that, and you don't either. So just think about the sniff test, and do your results make sense? I think that's about all that I have for you for this week. You've got a lot of work to do this week. Wednesday, I'll be hustling away, reading through your proposals and everything. So I think we got a lot going on, and I don't think I need to add more to it. So have a good week, everybody. I'll try and get back to you on Wednesday. If not Wednesday, probably Thursday. So take care, everybody, and oh, what a great week. It's going to be awesome. You're going to have so much fun writing this stuff, and it's going to be interesting and creative, and it's going to be all yours. You're going to do this. Enjoy it. Have fun, everybody. Bye-bye.